I am hard. Olympic athletes say, you're as hard as my Olympic coach was when I won 2 gold medals. That's the kind of person you want in your life. Not somebody that agrees with you. Not somebody that says, it's all right, you can try again. You're only 26. You've got the rest of your life. That's crap. Now look at all these people in their 30s, 40s. Somebody told them that bullshit 25 years ago. Now look at them. Just look around the goddamn table you're sitting with. And I don't even have my glasses on. I see bald heads, gray hair. Jesus Christ, don't you have anything better to do than come to a goddamn thing like this on a Friday? I smell death in this room.
Fear.
Exactly. I'm an old man. If I can get fear out of you, I'm 72 years old. I'm at least 40 years past my prime. But I guarantee you, unless there's Bruce Lee out there, I can kick the shit out of anybody in this room. But most of you don't have, and I say generally speaking, most of you don't have faith in yourselves because you have low self-esteem, no self-confidence. You look like shit. You dress like shit. And you blame it on the 21st century, the reason why you dress the way you do. 25 years ago, if you come to a seminar like this, you'd all be wearing suit and tie. 40 years ago, the women would be wearing hats. This is my uniform. I don't go to sleep like this, but I mean, this is my uniform. It has been for a long, long, long time. Dress, if you want to get money from banks, dress like the president of your country. Unless you're from Pakistan or India or something, dress like the president or the prime minister of your country. You only have one time to make a first impression, kids. You come in looking like some of you, I wouldn't give you fucking toilet paper. Most of you, I'd be embarrassed the way you're dressed. But see, Michael didn't bring me here to make, if I leave here with anybody liking me, I failed. You understand what I'm saying? I failed. I'm not here to be your friend. You want a friend, go get a fucking dog. I'm here to drag your sorry ass across the goal line, no matter what it takes. And there's no better on the planet than me at doing it, as demonstrated by all the tens of billions I've created. Can you imagine? I'm getting all excited now. Just look at this. Even the sorriest ones in here, I could probably 50 million. And there's a couple of billionaires out there. I got to strain to find one, but I mean, there are. The odds are there's at least 2 or 3 billionaires in this room to be.
Potentially.
Yes, sir, potentially. 2 or 3. But would those 2 or 3 make the sacrifices necessary?
What is necessary? What's the best advice? How to do it?
The best advice is find something you love. Find something that can change 1 billion lives. Zuckerberg is a classic example. He changed more than 1 billion lives.
Added value.
Added value change. You make 1 billion lives better, potentially. You may not get to 1 billion people, but potentially you can make 1 billion lives better, and the odds have just gone geometrically up for you to become a billionaire. And if not a billionaire, a whole bunch of money. When you leave here today, after the Q&A is over, and I've already told you everything's free on my website. And when you see me at the airport, don't come up and talk to me. Don't touch me. I don't give a shit if you live or die. My obsession is to drive as many of you lazy bastards across the goal line as humanly possible before I die. That's it. If I have to hurt you, spit on you, call your mother a whore, I don't care. Most of your mothers were whores. We'll get to that a little later. The 2% mindset. These are the things that you do outside the circle, but your comfort zone is based on fear, procrastination, settling for less, regret, etc., etc. 98% of the people in this room are in the 98%, not the 2%. But I can say that in any room. QLA isn't about being a 2%er. QLA is being about a 0.0002%. Of the 7.5 billion people on the planet, maybe 500,000 people are capable of doing this. So some of you say, oh, fuck. I'm glad he said that because now I don't have to pay attention anymore because I'm certainly not one of those, right? Right. I've given this talk a lot of times. I can read fear. Yesterday I told Michael I smelled fear. It's like I was in a fucking mortuary yesterday afternoon. All you guys, your balls are sucked, if you have any, are sucked up in your cavity. Why? What the fuck happened? What happened to the freedom fighters of World War II? Fighting the Nazis. What happened to you? What was that, your great-grandfather? At least your great-grandfather, probably. Same question I asked in Poland. You can't find anybody with a set of balls in Poland anymore. Not possible. They're all dead, and their genes died out. No different throughout Europe, but it's no different throughout the United States either. So it's not just you. It's everywhere. You'll better appreciate why by the end of this hour and a half. Now, you've already read, some of you, that I am the creator of Teenage Multimillionaires from scratch, and the mentee that's the CEO of the largest deal in recorded history, the $500 billion deal, Neon, the city of the future. I created them both. Just like God with fucking clay with these two fucking hands. I made them just like fucking God. And everybody in between, which covers everybody in this room. Teenage multimillionaire, no school, no high school, no junior high school, no college, 17 years old. Why not you? The answer is it could be you. But he's a hard-working, 140-hour-a-week worker, not an 80. A good drink and a stiff fuck could kill everybody in this room. And you're nodding your head, yeah. But some of you will just settle for the good fuck. Most guys come to me because I'm the alpha male father they never had. Most young guys come to me because they can't get their willy wet. Now what the fuck's the world come to? You gotta come to a raging, crazy old fucking man, 72 years old, to get your willy wet. What's happened? Almost everything bad. That's what's happened. This young kid that came to me a year and a half ago, his goal, his dream in his life was to finish #1 university champion archer in Britain. What's the best you've ever done? 20th in a regional meet, he says to me. So we set up a program and I beat him like a fucking rented mule. That's him receiving the first place a couple months ago in Britain. The little skinny shit. He looks like a little Nimrod snowflake, because he is. But he was firing 600-700 arrows a day. Most of you couldn't fire 50. So it's not just that. The girls tell me I'm better at knocking off weight off your big fat asses than I'm making money. I take like a chainsaw. You know, when a woman is walking away from you and it looks like two pigs in a gunny sack, you know what I'm talking about? I just take a fucking chainsaw and chop your cheeks off. This is one of my examples. Just one. They lose 100 pounds, 150 pounds, 75 kilos, because I don't allow them to not be accountable. When I say you're gonna weigh yourself fucking 4 times a day, sweetheart, that's what the fuck I mean. Most of you in this room have never been held accountable for anything in your life. And look at the result. Don't you got something better to do on the weekends? I've had women come to the seminar, they talk to their mother 15 times a day. Now listen to this, 15 fucking times a day. What possibly can you tell your fucking mother 15 fucking times a day? Other than neurotic shit. What? 15 times a day? What the fuck? You hang out with monkeys, what happens? Your life becomes a fucking circus. Now, with the greatest respect, kids, this is not Barnum and Bailey circus. What I'm here and what Michael only does, he doesn't do 100% of what I say, believe me. But he does a lot more than you do. And all my mentees, I've only got 1 or 2 mentees that follow my religion 100%. And guess what? They're all billionaires. Billion with a B. That's all. They don't have to sleep with me. They don't have to do unholy shit to dogs or cats. But they do every fucking thing I say. And their pay price to action is billions. I was being reminded backstage, the first time somebody met me is when I almost killed myself racing dune buggies in 1999. And that's when my shoulder and my clavicle and a few other things got busted up. Because I'm pushing myself out of my comfort zone. And to get me out of my comfort zone, you got to do some pushing. Because I'm not afraid of anything or anyone. Having been run over by a buffalo, water buffalo, in Australia, almost killed me. I got up off the ground like Quasimodo, chased it down for 2 kilometers and killed it. I felt like a truck ran over me. It did. And I continue to push myself. We were in New Zealand. And anyway, 40 to 60 mile an hour gusted winds, and a bunch of kids like you, when the wind stops, I'm gonna jump that motherfucker, when that wind stops. 20 minutes later, we're standing in line. I go give the guy at the front line, here's $100. The wind died down, didn't it? Yes, sir. I jump. I come back to the back of the line, there's still, when that fucking wind dies down, I'm gonna jump this cocksucker. They're still waiting in that goddamn line, because there's never an easy time to make a hard decision. Never. And then earlier this year, one of you says, you know, Dan, there's a thing you might like. What is it? Jumping 108 stories off of a building in Las Vegas. Fuck, that sounds cool. We're there, and I jump. But I shouldn't have jumped because I have 2 new knees, prosthetic knees, artificial knees. And when you jump, you got to hit both legs at the same time. Unfortunately, I didn't. I hit with my left leg first and fucked it all up, but it's okay now, so don't cry for me. 99.9% of all the people that have been helped by my program in 25 years, I've never met. There's some people in this audience that have actually been to my seminar. I'm not pointing them out because I don't want to embarrass them, because I don't want you mobbing them, because that's what happens. And the reason why the testimonials on my site don't have last names is because I learned a big lesson 15 years ago, last time I did that. There are people that had to move their houses because people like you are knocking on their fucking door, hounding them like dogs. Some people, we don't even have their faces. because you're afraid you're going to do facial recognition and hound them down like goddamn dogs. If your adult child needs a safe space to avoid offensive words, you failed as a fucking parent. It's sad. Now, I'm not going to make you do this exercise, but guys, look at your left hand. Don't show anybody. I don't want you to show anybody. Put your left hand in front of you, and the second from the end finger, this finger, does it look like A, B, or C? Don't tell me. I don't want to embarrass you. Look at your left hand, monkey. I'm talking to you, meathead. Almost everybody in this room has either B or C. I'll bet my testicles on it. And what is A? A is high testosterone levels. Like you had a pair. You know what I'm talking about? This is a scientific truth. Now, I happen to have one more. Needless to say what my hand looks like. I have one more. I have an extra rib in my neck. Like Neanderthal man. I have a 13 magic rib. So does my father. So does his father. We're a throwback, one more generation back to caveman, which shouldn't surprise any of you. Now, if somebody came and spit in your wife's face, your daughter's face, you're standing there, your mother's face, where I come from, there's only one alternative, correct. But you know what at least 50% of the answers we get to say? Well, I try to ascertain if he was having a bad day, or I try to ascertain where he's coming from in life. Maybe he came from the body or the ghetto. Are you fucking crazy? The guy just fucking spit in your mother's face, you stupid morons. There's only one fucking alternative. You beat him down through the pavement or die trying. And now the other excuse is, well, I'm afraid of going to jail if I put a whooping on the guy. Well, you couldn't put a whooping on a fucking paper bag, first of all. And that's your excuse. You don't want to go to jail. So now we've got 4 or 5 generations of wusses. My brother, my favorite cousin went to jail for stabbing a guy, this is my neighborhood, 17 times because the guy said his girlfriend had a big ass. This is 1961. By the grace of God, he didn't kill the guy. He can't even kill him with 17 stabs, I said, Ronnie, my cousin. Jesus Christ. I knew I should have shot him then. Now, I'm not suggesting you do any of that. But there's a far cry from stabbing somebody 17 times and saying, well, I have to ascertain if the guy's having a bad day or not. How good a day does the asshole have to have for not spitting in your mother's face? The sad thing is most of the guys in here and the women that are married to him, you know what your husband or significant other would do, don't you? Put his tail between his legs like this and walk away. The world's fucked up, guys, gals. You feel entitled now. You've led bubble wrap lives. You've all had a bicycle and had trainer wheels. You know, little wheels that keep you from falling over. And when you take the trainer wheels off, what happens? You fall over on your big melon head, right? And then your mom or your dad, oh, boy, baby. They should have knocked your teeth out for falling over. And now look at you. This is one of you, a seminar mentee who's so ashamed of being a wussy fucking cunt. There's a club in Paris where you go and get beaten 100 lashes a month. He's so ashamed. He's one step away from suicide. He said, don't kill yourself. That's the easy way out. Some of you should trade places with him. That's the real fucking deal. Little Frenchman, he talks like a French movie star. Well, Mr. Pena, I don't understand. I get beat every month and I'm still a cunt. 25 millions is all he has. Since he's 18 or 19. Look at his testimonial. He's ashamed that he hasn't accomplished more. He's fucking, well, if he's ashamed, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what the fuck should you be? This is his dream since he's 10 years old, where he wants to have a house. That's in Hawaii, and that's his house. And what do you live in? I used to actually ask these questions of you, but I don't want to know. It just makes me, I don't get depressed, but it might make me depressed. And that's his goddamn house! What the fuck do I have to tell you? He's 20 years old! Christ almighty, and it's not internet money. It's bricks and mortar. God bless you, Josh. Oh, and he's Asian. You can't tell he's Korean. So the Koreans say, oh, he doesn't have brown skin, that's why he's successful. That's what they say. Most of you needed a beating growing up. You just did. And most of you, your parents weren't trained to produce high-performance kids. You and I both know it. We've had grandfathers, daughters, granddaughters. And we've had sons and fathers in the seminar room. And when you ask the grandfather, I did the best we know how. Ask the mother, you don't know what you don't know. Ask the kid, they fucked me up. You don't know what your kids really think about you. I do. I get their emails. Most of your kids are embarrassed by you. In some cases, I'm sorry to say, ashamed of you. That's a sad plight. But it's not too late to give them something to be proud of. It's not too late.